Chapter 16. Who is the alchemist? In the 16th chapter, the focus shifts to discovering the identity of the alchemist. Wu Qingfeng's mention of the oppressed genius leaves everyone curious. All eyes turn towards the younger generation present, except for Hai Qinlang. No one pays attention to Wu Hui. At this moment, Hai Qinlang wears a smile, her gaze filled with admiration as she looks at Wu Hui. Upon hearing Wu Qingfeng's words, Wu Zijuan, who had been lightly injured, steps forward. He quickly approaches Wu Qingfeng, his face displaying respect, but his eyes betray a sense of arrogance. He says, "Thank you, grandfather, for intervening. Young Jun has suffered great injustice." The onlookers in the hall find this sudden scene quite peculiar. They can't comprehend why Wu Zijuan, despite having exceptional talent and being considered a genius within the clan, is so eager. Even Wu Zijuan's father, Wu Haiyuan, has a flushed face at this moment. Wu Qingfeng's previously smiling face freezes for a moment. This young Jun seems somewhat familiar, and although his cultivation is decent, having reached the 5-star Xian realm at a young age, Wu Qingfeng knows that he isn't the one he was referring to. Noticing Wu Qingfeng's expression, Wu Zijuan blushes. Observing the gazes around him, he realizes that the genius grandfather spoke of isn't referring to himself. Wu Zijuan shifts his gaze towards Wu Zigua, who has remained silent all this time. He believes that Wu Zigua is the true genius of the younger generation in the Wu family. At the age of 20, Wu Zigua has reached the 1st star of the Earth realm. If it's not him, then it must be Wu Zigua whom grandfather is talking about. However, Wu Zigua hasn't suffered any injustice just now. Could it be because of Wu Hui's broken engagement, which brought humiliation to the entire family and indirectly affected Wu Zigua? It must be so. Once he firmly believes that Wu Hui is the culprit, resentment appears on Wu Zijuan's face. "Grandfather, it's that useless waste, Wu Hui, who caused our family's genius to suffer injustice. Moreover, the family head specially protects him and allocates all the resources to him. Who would have thought that in 7 years, Wu Hui has made no progress, wasting a significant amount of resources?" Wu Zijuan continues to speak incessantly, oblivious to the fact that Wu Qingfeng's expression is becoming increasingly grim. Wu Haiyuan, on the other hand, notices it but believes that Wu Qingfeng is provoked by Wu Hui and Wu Haiya. He secretly feels delighted, hoping that Wu Qingfeng would immediately make Wu Haiya step down as the family head, which would allow him to become the new family head. Slap! A crisp sound reverberated in the Wu family hall, and Wu Zijuan, wearing a bewildered expression, covered his face, not understanding why his grandfather suddenly slapped him. "Grandfather, why did you hit me?" Wu Zijuan, his cheek in his hand, looked utterly aggrieved. "So what if it has been 7 years without progress? If our Wu family produces an alchemist, even if they never make any advancements in their lifetime, they are still a genius of our Wu family." Wu Qingfeng's words shocked everyone in the hall. An alchemist? Who could it be? Could it be? All eyes turned towards Wu Hui, standing beside Wu Qingfeng, and for a moment, they were filled with astonishment. It is well known that to become an alchemist, one must possess a fire attribute constitution, and the rarity of fire attributes can be described as 1 in a million. Besides those born with the primary fire attribute, there is an extremely low probability of triggering a secondary attribute breakthrough before innate talent. If other primary attributes can stimulate a secondary fire attribute, they can also become alchemists, with the highest achievement being a 3rd-grade alchemist. However, even a 1st-grade alchemist holds significant status within the Wu family. Hai Qinlang, a 1st-grade alchemist, is revered as an elder and is on par with the elders. If Wu Hui truly possesses a secondary fire attribute and becomes a 1st-grade alchemist, their status would immediately be on par with the 2nd and 3rd elders. What? How is that possible? Wu Zijuan's face was filled with disbelief. "Grandfather, are you saying that this Wu Hui has triggered a secondary fire attribute?" Wu Zijuan was about to blurt out the word waste, but upon seeing Wu Qingfeng's gloomy expression, he managed to change his wording, although his facial expression was still quite dramatic. In the hall, not only Wu Zhejuan but also the hearts of others were swept up in a colossal wave of shock. This chapter comes to an end. If you enjoy the works of Changfeng Bookhouse, please follow, like, and bookmark. Your support is my motivation.